Hey Gutfoxx here. So we got our first, I would say, major patch of the show. It's kind of early, but I think this patch is exactly what the game needs. It took care of some bugs. Now there are still some other bugs in the game. We're not quite out of it. Game balance decision, I still want to wait for them to wait a few weeks on that for us to fully flesh out the game. So let's pump our brakes on any game balance changes, but like there's some major changes here to the game that necessarily like, oh, now hitting's more exit velocity, that kind of not like that stuff, but like it'll be a major impact to the game, both I think mostly in a positive manner. Let's go through it line by line and we'll talk about each one. Overall, the patch by the time you see this will be out, but when I'm recording it hasn't released yet, so I'm gonna put this in the morning. So I just want to tell you guys, I haven't played the game yet with a patch done, but we'll of course do like a video on that. Fix the bug that would prevent the ump at home from making a call in certain situations. Okay, minor bug. Fixed an issue that would sometimes prevent pause timers from counting down when controllers disconnected. Last year, if you guys recall, there was a little bit of a freeze glitch disconnecting controllers during like home run replays and stuff like that. They patched that out like a week and a half after I put out my video on it, which I thought was really cool that they're that like connected to the community. But this was huge, right? Like if people could just like unplug their controller and then there's no pause timer, they basically had control over your whole life at that point. They plug it back in, like, because they could just plug it back in, keep playing the game, then you'd be gone out of the game and you might get pause timered out of the game because maybe you left your console on to go do something else because you thought you were in a freeze off. So good change right there without a doubt. Fixed the rare issue that caused the game to freeze when balls went in foul territory. I definitely saw some tweets about that, so that's kind of cool. Hopefully that one's fully gone. This is probably the best change of the whole dang thing. And there's another big change that we'll get to. Batters pressing R2 to view the pitch history will no longer impact the gesture portion of pinpoint pitching for the defensive player. If R2 is pressed at the same time or after the pitch motion has started, R2 will no longer interrupt the defensive user. Batter presses R2 before the pitch motion has started, the motion will not start. Okay. My only concern here, we'll break it down first in more English terms, then we'll talk about my concern. This is exactly what they did last year with R2ing, and basically you were able to, like, people were like tapping the R2 button because like when you started your pinpoint, if they had R2 held down, then they kind of like you messed up your pinpoint there. It was major annoying. People were big bags of dicks doing this, and they need to reduce the toxicity in the game. In just gaming in general, it's got that. And this is probably the most toxic thing you could do in MLB The Show. Now, there's still some other things that are kind of, bag of dickish, and we're not going to get into them right here, but like this kind of is nice. I don't know if R2 should just be not out of the game itself. Now, my one concern with this is like, R2 still though, so people will still annoy you with it, but luckily it won't interrupt your gesture. So it definitely cut down on the R2ing last year without a doubt. Pre and post patch where they did this, cut it down. You're still going to see it to the late hit pitchers, but at least it's not going to like, mess up pitches and then you'll hang one down the middle and just have an easy home run. My only concern here is, does this apply to people anchoring? PCI anchoring does this to defensive user too. So if people can PCI anchor over and over and try and get you that way, that doesn't change anything. People are going to switch to PCI anchoring to screw up the offensive plays. So I don't know. I think PCI anchoring is something that like you should be able to pitch to when you're trying to be PCI anchored, right? Because like the batter gets in the box, the pitcher could just deliver. And I don't really like the R2. I don't like the PCI anchor in terms of pitcher at all. Like, I think you're in that box, you're hitting, right? It's coming. I don't care, like, if you're Nomar Garcia-Parra trying to fix your glove, you're in that box, you're getting the ball delivered to you. And if you want a pause time, hit down on the D-pad, right? If you want other pause, hit timeout. If you want to go to your quick menu, up on the D-pad, right? There are ways of slowing down the pitchers that not necessarily is like, hold R2 and just hold it, right? You can do other things. So I personally don't enjoy any of it, and affecting anything of the opponent in any way like annoying is kind of not great for the game in my opinion. All right, fix the bug that would cause a freeze on or around third base in certain situations. Bug smashing, that's great. User will now be notified when the pitcher is being tired with 25% energy is remaining. I don't know what it used to be. When you like got to any fatigue levels, it kind of lets you know. When you get to the red, when you get to yellow. Continued balance for pitching energy in 3-inning modes. All right, so they gave us 1 day with it, which seems like a strangely short amount of time. We've reduced pitcher energy by 15%, so now we're going to have even more tired pitchers. But more importantly, we've also reduced energy loss per pitch. This will result in being able to use relievers longer and more effectively. I don't understand why. Like they're making pitchers less effective in 3-inning modes. I mean, I guess making it more offensive focused, because if you guys recall, as you know, when you first start like a ranked season games, the pitches are so sharp, they're breaking, they're crazy. That's where you really try to build your confidence up. As you move along, your pitcher gets more tired. The pitches don't break as much, and so they're reducing the pitcher energy. I think that will make it a little less like snappy early on in the game, but then they keep that kind of like consistency longer, so the pitcher's more consistent at that energy level, which I guess is something. I mean, we'll see how it plays off. I personally have no opinions on this change because like it's hard to kind of conceptually feel how these pitchers are going to do without actually getting my hands on the game and playing it. And of course, we'll do gameplay post-patch. We'll talk about it, of course, in that gameplay. So these are kind of just like the original thoughts right now. So dev note, you might think this is backtracking from the update we put it on 4/12, literally yesterday, where we increased relief pitchers and starting pitcher energy, but this balance, I don't know. I still don't know why they have CP. Like, why is closing pitchers in here and they refer to them as RPs? They should just get rid of the CP category altogether. But this rebalance, specifically the reduction in energy loss per pitch, will ultimately result in pitchers being able to throw more pitches. Okay, so, you know, they tested it. I'm going to have faith in them until they, you know, prove themselves wrong. Co-op. Co-op had so many problems, so many bugs. You brought in a relief pitcher in the 8th inning or later, and the game froze, okay? So, co-op. Fixed an issue that would cause soft lock to occur when making pinch hit substitutions. Good. Fixed an issue that would cause users to get stuck in specific screens when a teammate or opponent would quit before entering the game. Fixed an issue that would cause a crash when a user opens the voice chat menu while losing connection. Changes made to the role rotation in 3v3. Users will switch to a base runner after a batter. Fixed an issue where the active batter will lose their batting turn if the base running user got caught stealing to end an inning. Funny. Added a controller realm with pressing L2 to Q for steal as a base runner. So it's interesting that they didn't mention the 8th inning thing at all. Let me know after the patch what the errors in co-op is. I'm not that, I like don't play co-op. I'm more of just like a regular game grinder, and like co-op, it sucks there's no rewards in it right now. Once they add rewards, I might dip into a little bit more. But like co-op, people saying they're having fun, so that's cool. Let me know in co-op for the people that do play it with their friends. Yeah, like I got a friend. Please don't rub that in my face. But let me know if it's still locking on you when you bring in relief pitchers late, or just like at all, and any bugs, definitely report them to theshow.com. I think they have a bug reporting form. Road to the show. Fixed an issue causing active perks not function during gameplay if active perk was played in the first perk slot. Nice little bug crush. Fixed an issue that would cause ball player not to display at the ball player hub. I don't know if I ran into that one. Various text adjustments to the mode. All right, road to the show. Still a solid way of grinding out XP right now. I'm trying to figure out if I can make my relief pitcher into a starter in Road to the Show, because I want a reliever in Diamond Dynasty, but like I feel like it's going to take forever to actually build it up in the game, not be able to just do starting pitching. I don't know. I wish I could move my relief pitcher, Diamond Dynasty guy, into the starting role. Let me know if there's a way of doing that. Mini seasons. Fixed an issue where incorrect team logo would display in mini seasons game. Fixed an issue that prevented cause delay for users trying to enter game. Various crash fixes. Now that last one's a big one, right? Because mini seasons, people like somebody today in Twitch chat said after every single mini series game they have to like close down their game and then reopen it. And the one time they did that today without doing that, it didn't even count the game. So hopefully mini seasons, it's been pretty buggy so far, but hopefully they're kind of like whittling down the issues with it, and they're going to kind of get it maximized. Franchise. Fixed an issue with certain award-winning players were listed on the wrong team. Terrible. Fixed an issue that would cause MLB teams to have too many players at a certain position in their playoff roster. Fixed an issue with incorrect letter grades displayed for coaches. Intentional based on balls. Fixed an issue all-star appearances not being recorded. Rule 5 draft that caused user picks to be skipped and drafted to play on the next team in the draft order. Relief of the year did not list all the players. Arbitration calculations could result in a salary below the MLB minimum. All right, cool. I don't really play franchise. I don't think franchise in this game is any good. If I want to play franchise, I play out of the park baseball, which I do play a lot of time in. But that game's not launched yet. So maybe people are getting their franchise fix for now. Fixed an issue where player stats missing after entering a saved fast track game. Fixed an issue that would prevent umpires from being present in intro scenes. Seems like a minor issue, but way to knock it out. Stadium Creator. Locked stadiums when they were uploaded. Adjustment to various props and night lighting. UI. Fixed an issue that would cause tutorials to display multiple times. Thank goodness, dude. That was getting so annoying, right? Where every time you logged into any mode of Diamond Dynasty, hey, you want to learn about this mode of Diamond Dynasty? No, quiet, okay? Thank goodness they got rid of that. Hopefully that is absolutely gone, man. That was just like those minor quality of life. Like, yeah, it didn't make the game terrible, but thank goodness it's gone quick. This was huge. A lot of people. So I'm on Xbox. I never had this issue. I don't know if it was on next gen or previous gen, but fixed an issue that's causing the screen to flicker black during pitch selection. Oh my goodness, that would have annoyed the heck out of me. Some people did report that to me in Twitch chat, and I might have torn all my hair out. I might be like Homer Simpson right now if that was happening to me every pitch during pitch selection. Miscellaneous. Introduction of the Nike City Connect Houston Astros uniform. 400 new player images can be seen throughout franchise March to October. Incorrect team logos would appear on the CIN, the Cincinnati Jumbotron. Los Angeles Jumbotron will display incorrect defensive positions for players. Users can now skip Diamond Cinematic Pack presentation by pressing square. Diamond Cinematic. Just skip the presentation at all if you do click on it. Over 600 new player images that can be seen throughout Diamond Dynasty Manager and player card screens. Wait. Oh, okay, so 400 for franchise, 600 for Diamond Dynasty and player card screens. Fixed an issue that would cause wrist guards to display incorrectly. Presentation commentary adjustments, various crash fixes. So overall, a pretty meaty patch. I think like one of the best early season patches I've ever seen for this game, for Madden. I don't really pay attention to many other games patches. I mostly play those casual, and the patch comes and I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm gonna, like FIFA, Battlefield, like whatever other game I play that has patches. I don't even like really care that much. But this, one of the better ones, right? Because we didn't see a whole lot of game balance changes outside of like, the pitcher stamina, which everyone was complaining about. And I think that was a big W because that was so irrelevant, so like easily seen so early that we didn't really need a lot of sample size to see how bad that was. Whereas like hitting, I feel like we need a much larger sample size. Pitching, same thing. Once we get up to higher levels, Hall of Fame, legend, to see how that plays out. But let me know what you guys think about this patch. Overall, what SDS did. Is it a W or an L? Thanks for watching. Call to action. I will see you tomorrow.